Hello everybody, and thank you for coming to another nature story time. Today's story time is going to be a little bit different. Instead of being a directly nature themed story, we're going to have a story about the holidays. And this book is a really great reminder that for the holidays to celebrate, no matter what you celebrate, in the spirit of gift giving, you don't need to go huge, right? Keeping your holidays very simple can be a really stress-free practice and survival mode for getting through the holiday season. So our story today is all about keeping it simple, keeping in mind that the holidays are a time to think about family and spending time with loved ones. And that's actually very helpful to nature, right? The less new things that we buy, the better off nature is. So think this season how you can simplify, you can reduce, reuse, and recycle. And we'll see some of that in our story today. So without further ado, our story today is called A Simple Christmas on the Farm. It was written by Phyllis Alsdurf and illustrated by Lisa Hunt. A Simple Christmas on the Farm. When white frosts the barnyard fence posts and snow blankets cover the field, when boughs on the pines hang heavy and snowdrifts pile next to the barn, that's when we start to get ready for Christmas on the farm. Is it Christmas yet? I ask. The little red barn usually looks forgotten and shabby, but today it dazzles in the winter sunshine. Soon, Daddy says. I want to buy a tree and start decorating right away, but Mama laughs and says to slow down. We're keeping things simple this year for Christmas on the farm. A simple Christmas? I ask. What about presents? We'll have presents, Daddy says, but we're going to make them ourselves. We'll focus less on getting and more on giving, Mama adds. I'm not sure I'll like having a simple Christmas on the farm. The next day, we trudge through the woods to pick a tree. I want a big one, but Mama eyes a small, scraggly one. Just right, she says. We drag it home and put it in a tub. Daddy strings it with lights. I loop more along the barnyard fence. Now it's starting to look like Christmas on the farm. Then I have an idea. Let's have Christmas in the little red barn. We'll make our own decorations, says Mama, and set up a big table, says Daddy, with room for everyone who wants to come to Christmas on the farm. Soon it's time to make cookies. Mama rolls out dough and I cut out shapes. Some we hang with ribbons on the tree. Some we eat. Mama says we're going to share most of them. Share? Our cookies? I ask. I hope we'll have enough left for Christmas on the farm. We take the truck into town, bringing our cookies with us. We visit the senior living center like we do every month. This time we hand out cookies and sing Christmas carols. My favorite nurse sings along. I whisper an idea to Mama. She smiles and nods. I ask the nurse, will you come sing with us at Christmas on the farm? The next day, I hand a cookie to the mail carrier, then several to the farm workers. When the vet comes to visit our cows, I give cookies to her and her kids. We're having Christmas in our barn, I tell them. Will you come? Will you come to Christmas on the farm? One afternoon, Daddy pulls me on a sled to Grandma and Grandpa's house next door. Grandma takes out a basket of fabric scraps, buttons, and yarn, and shows me how to make star ornaments. Grandma is knitting something, but won't let me see. A surprise, she says, for Christmas on the farm. Mama and I work on more gifts. We heat rocks in the oven, then rub crayons over them in colorful designs. These are cool. And we make coasters using old Christmas cards for each person coming to Christmas on the farm. Have any of you ever turned something old into something new as a Christmas present for somebody? Just lots of good ideas there. On Christmas Eve, Daddy and I cover a long table with white paper. Mama adds evergreen boughs and pine cones. I set a coaster at each place, and Grandma arranges her homemade candles. Grandpa sets a small hand-carved manger in the middle of the table. Now everything is ready for Christmas on the farm. The next morning, I wake to a wonderful smell. I tiptoe downstairs just as Mama takes a pan of my favorite cinnamon rolls out of the oven. "Merry Christmas, everyone!" Grandma and Grandpa call out, stamping snow from their boots. Now I'm getting hungry for Christmas on the farm. I pass out my homemade presents. "Simply beautiful," Mama says. Grandpa brings out a wooden tool bench he made just for me. Mama and Daddy give me a box of wood scraps of every shape and kind, plus some secondhand tools so I can make creations of my own. I unwrap a pair of red mittens and a winter scarf from Grandma, soft and warm. Every gift is perfect for our simple Christmas on the farm. Soon people start pulling into the yard with shouts of "Merry Christmas!" Friends and neighbors carry crockpots and other dishes into the little red barn. I see a basket of fresh baked buns and a huge tray of Christmas cookies, bowls of roasted potatoes, candied yams, roast beef, and a large pan of tamales soon fill the table. What a feast we will have for Christmas on the farm. Before we eat, everyone forms a big circle. The little red barn looks magical and bright. We hold hands and sing "Away in a Manger," the perfect carol for Christmas on the farm. We spend the day eating, talking, and playing. People drink hot chocolate and work on puzzles or play board games inside. Some go sledding and skate on the pond or join a snowball fight outside. And the kids win the snowman making contest. It's all part of the fun of Christmas on the farm. Perfect ways to spend a day with family and friends outside playing in nature. I hope you get to do that this holiday season. Finally, everyone says goodbye and heads for home. Lights from cars and trucks dot the horizon as they move in a line along the gravel road. Quiet settles over the little red barn, and stars twinkle above the snowy fields. I try not to yawn. I don't ever want this day to end. I can't wait for next year, I say. I want a simple Christmas again. A simple Christmas on the farm. And that is the end of our story. In the back here, it has some directions for making your own Christmas gifts. So I'll bring these up nice and close to the screen, and if you want to pause here or take a screenshot, you could, so that you know how to make what they did in the book. Let's see. So those are just a few ideas. There's were star ornaments, melted crayon rocks, and Christmas card coasters. If you go online, you can find tons of ideas of homemade Christmas presents. Pinterest has tons of ideas. There's so many out there, and I'm sure you could even come up with some of your own. So that is our story for this week. Good reminder that as the holidays are approaching, it's really a great time to just spend time with friends and family. If you can spend time outdoors, even better. There's so much to see during this time of the year outside, especially if we get a little dusting of snow, lots of tracks to look for, and different things happening in nature. So we hope you keep these simple ideas in mind as we head into the holiday season, and we'll see you again soon for another story time. Bye-bye.